So hi Megan, nice to meet you today. How old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay, do you want to tell us a bit about what you're studying at the moment?
I'm currently studying A-levels, so I'm studying English literature, classics and fine art.
Wow, and have you got any grades predicted?
I'm predicted A star AA.
It's very impressive. So where are you hoping to go off to university this September?
Hopefully I'm going to study at Cardiff University. That was my first choice.
Okay, what other options did you have?
So I applied to Lancaster, Birmingham, Warwick and Bangor as well.
Really impressive list. So how did you choose between those courses? What sort of things did you consider?
Well, other than the fact that I just loved Cardiff, like the university and the city around it, I also had to consider the financial aspect.
Right.
So one of the main kind of reasons that I chose Cardiff was because in fact, I think all of the other universities I applied to have raised their tuition fees to £9,250 a year.
Oh, right.
Whereas Cardiff have thankfully kept it at £9,000. But that still means with maintenance costs as well, I will be in £56,000 of debt at the end of 3 years.
3 years. And what other costs did you have to consider when you were making your choice?
Well, other than like public transport, because that's obviously how I'd have to get there and back when I'm visiting to and from home. Like Warwick would be very expensive, and it is kind of in the middle of nowhere in terms of it hasn't really got a train station or anything to the actual university. Whereas Cardiff University does have good transport links, but it's still obviously money, more money. But in terms of like weighing up Cardiff and Warwick in terms of living costs in second year, Warwick University, you'd have to live in Leamington Spa, which is extremely expensive, and I probably wouldn't afford it on my maintenance loan that I'd get. So I'd have to live in lower quality housing in probably less safe areas, which obviously being a girl by yourself and you're moving away from home, it's something that you have to consider.
You don't really want to be worrying about that at this point.
No, definitely not.
So what else do you think, when you're thinking about going off to uni and, starting your career, what else do you think of about the future?
Well, there's always that little part of me that thinks it's going to be 3 years of really hard work, and will it all be worth it in the end? I'm going to uni and I'm getting into £56,000 of debt, and then actually I've heard stories where graduates have got really low paid jobs or 0-hour contracts. So I'd be there on a 0-hour contract with £56,000 of debt. It's not looking good in terms of getting on the housing ladder or any other future prospects for me.
I think for a bright student like you, you're going to be doing fine, and if Labour can get in, of course we'll be removing those tuition fees, and somebody like you might even qualify for a maintenance grant. But also for you to get a really exciting job and get out there and to be starting.
Well, it'd be a weight off my shoulders not having to worry about the financial pressure and burden on me as I leave to go into the real world.
Right now you should be worrying about your exams.
Yeah.
Good luck with those exams.
Thank you.
Thanks, Megan.